right, what's up internet? Welcome to Dude Cafe. I'm Hunter. Today we're going to talk about the Martin D-10E. Got this thing a couple weeks ago from Guitar Center. Wanted to do one of those cool right out the box we discovered together videos I see, but I was engulfed by fatherhood, so here we are. We're back doing this here now. This is part of the Martin Roadseries. It's the lowest end of the series. There's a 10, 11, 12, I think there's 13, I think it ends there. And this thing cost me $800 from Guitar Center. Might cost you $900 from Martin itself, $1,000 from a local carrier. It's kind of around that area. Now, in general with Martins, if you're seeing the D, that stands for the dreadnought. That's just the shape. It's a little thicker than non-dreadnought guitars or regular size guitars, and it gives it a, in theory, kind of a bigger body sound, which I liked when I played them right next to each other, a D10 and just a 10. But that's, if you see the D, it means dreadnought, bigger, fuller sound. I played a D12 and it was obviously nicer than this guitar, but this guitar is already pretty nice, so I don't know. I didn't really see the need to pay another few $100. And I wanted the electronics, which I'll show you in a moment, and as you get way up there, D12, D13, I didn't see any that had electronics, and I think that Martin kind of wants to remain a purist with those really nice guitars and not drill anything in the bottom of the guitar. So we got 14 frets, non-cutaway model, 14 frets up to here, and then 20, let's see, 15, 17, 19, 20 all day. Been saying 22 in these other takes, but it's a 20, finally actually counted them. And I wanted to go with the dark satin finish. It's actually a little cheaper than the whatever color you call this on a guitar, but I've had this color guitars for 1,000 years, and so I just wanted to go with something different. I like it it's darker. I like that it doesn't match the strap I've been wearing since high school, so this is what I went with. Right when you open this thing, I haven't bought a new guitar since I got this one in 2009, and the action is going to be really high, and I think that Martin and other manufacturers send them out that way so the tension isn't as great, and so there's less chance of them breaking. If you're getting it sent to your house, something you may want to consider is that you're going to want to lower that action, but you're going to need a really long, I don't have it here in front of me, it's in the other room, but a really long truss rod. I mean a Allen wrench, one, as long as your hand, longer than the ones that I had. I had to borrow one from my neighbor because it sits about right here. There's a hole here, and you get way back in there and give it a couple of clockwise turns. Not a couple, maybe 90 degrees worth, or even less, really 45 degrees worth of a clockwise turn. That will tighten the truss rod and lower the strings a little bit more to where they're supposed to be. I suspect that Martin puts it way back there because they don't want you messing with the truss rod. You could break a guitar doing that, and really the lower action in general, that's not really the way to do it. You want to take off this bridge, you want to sand it down. Really, you want to get a professional to do it if you want it done right. I just know that Martin sends those guitars out with the truss rod loosened, so I just turned it a couple times, came down, had to do it again like 2 weeks later, and now I got a little bit of a buzz, so I'll probably loosen it a little bit later, but this is fine for now. What else? Down here at the bottom where it plugs in, usually they'll drill a hole right here and it goes in where the strap goes, but it sits a little bit below. It's got a little 9-volt battery right there, and I don't think this is a great location for it because you see my strap is kind of pulling at it. As far as electronics are concerned, this will be the first thing that gives you issues down the line if you're gigging a lot. This will be pushing up against it. You've got your connection, and it's just going to be pushing, and eventually it's going to short out. So I think that this is kind of a weak point for Martin. If you're sitting like this, like you normally are, it's fine, but as you play a lot, there's a lot of movement. So I don't love that it's right there, but life goes on. It's also strung with these Martin strings. Came with this little proudly strung, but I've been an elixir guy for so long. I'm used to how those feel, and I feel like the strings felt great when I opened it up, but here we are 3 weeks later. I've probably played it 10 hours total, and I already think they need to be replaced, but excuse me, that's just me playing elixirs. I always keep it. It comes with this nice gig bag, nice and thick. If you're gonna travel a lot with this guitar, you get a hard case. I've cracked the necks before. But what my point is I keep mine in the case, I wipe it down, I keep it in a nice cool room. So if the strings are already this corroded feeling, I'm gonna replace them. I just wanted to keep them on for this video so you could see how the original string sounded, but I think that Elixir makes a pretty unique kind of string, and so that's just, you know, what I've been rocking since 2006 or whatever. So electronics. Inside here, it's got a sound hole tuner, which is pretty cool. So that you can see my E string is nice and in tune. Up, maybe a little flat, maybe a little sharp. It'll tell you right there. Around the other side, there we go. We got our two knobs. One's for volume, one's for tone. So what's really cool about this is I got tuner on now. I got it connected to my bass amp, and so if you're playing and you tune up between songs, as soon as you turn on the tuner, it cuts off the noise, which is big for me because nobody wants to hear you tuning and, you know, to walk over to the mixing board or to, you know, a lot of people have a tuner pedal. You know, I've got one of those from my electric guitar days, and you can smack that and that cuts off all the noise. But I think this is cool. You just go plug into the PA, you can do everything up here. I don't like to move amps or pedals. I don't like thinking about that stuff anymore. And so this was big for me. This is one of the main reasons I was attracted to these electronics. I wrote down who makes it. Fishman. It's a Fishman tuner. And so, like I said, if you mute, you push the button, it mutes it. Now, got two dials, one for volume, one for tone. And in the Martin book, it says if you go all the way up on the tone, it gives it a scooped out sound. That's a direct quote. I don't really know what that means. So, and if you go all the way the other way, it gives it more of a neutral tone. So this is all the way one way. Maybe scooped, hard to say. That must be the scooped. Really, I don't know though. I was gonna pretend like I did, but I don't know. I think right in the middle is what sounds the best. This is a bass amp, so it's not really treating the high end as well as I would want it to, but I don't own a guitar amp anymore. When I go play places, they got a PA in the back and I just plug it in, do a little fingerstyle stuff. That's what I do. Logan Amps is behind me. Anyway, all I got is a bass amp. So this is how we're gonna check this out. I think it sounds pretty good for electronics that are already built in. On my Taylor here, I drilled this hole and installed this myself way back in the day. It always had a very kind of a tinny noise, which I used to be into, and it's better for playing with people. But another thing that attracted me to Martin and these big bodies is that more resonance, and I think it sounds better by itself, which is more kind of what I do these days anyway. Anyway, that's it. Wanted to keep this nice, short, and sweet. It's the Martin D-10E, and you know, if you like some Martins, I think this is a good model to go with. $800 is, you know, something you could save up for. I saved for almost a year to get this thing, and I don't regret it. I haven't played out live with it yet. Like I said, I just got it. We kind of have a new baby, so that's obviously, I can see her right now, incredibly time consuming. But anyway, I'll just play a little something. Appreciate y'all stopping by, and thanks for watching.